Hey there. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about fear. Okay, and I'm doing this as my second ever YouTube video for good reason. This right here that's happening right now is terrifying. Okay, I have a brand new ring light I ain't ever used, and it took me longer than I'd like to admit to set it up. Okay. Um, I am sitting in my office at work with my boss in that room over there. He does know I'm doing this, by the way. So I'm not that bold to do this under the cover of, without him knowing. But I am here in the office, and me just getting out in front of people in this way has always been very scary for me. Um, which is weird because as a child, I loved being the center of attention. I mean, in choir, I was always the one who wanted the solos. I was always the one who sang louder than everybody else. Um, I would dance all over the house. I didn't care who was over. And I can't really say when all of that started to shift. Um, Maybe it was just puberty and the terrible things it did to my body, and all the bullying I took. I really don't know. But here's what I do know is that I'm going on 35 years old, and I have let fear run my adulthood a lot more than I really should have. Case in point, roller skating. Okay, when when I was a kid, I mean, from the I don't know, from 8, 9 years old, right up until I don't know the end of junior high, I guess. Um, I loved roller skates. I love roller skating. I love rollerblading. I loved going fast. I was fearless. Um, and I would fall, and it didn't matter. And as I got older, I really stopped appreciating the things about myself, the things I really used to enjoy. So roller skating was one of them. And I've been doing all this inner child work lately, trying to tap into the person I really am instead of this person I was supposed to be. Um, Trying to get back to who I am as a human, as a woman, as just, the weird, quirky Vita. Yeah. So I had been telling my husband for like 2 months, I think, that I wanted to go roller skating. And he would always oblige, but then when the night came to go, something always came up. Okay, we either had other things to do, or he wasn't feeling it. I mean, something just always came up, and so last week I made a point to be like, look, we're going to the rollercade. No ifs, ands, or buts. Like, we're going. And he was like, all right. So he got home a lot later than I thought he was going to. So I picked a huge fight, like huge fight. And hindsight, I probably should have done that. And then because I was afraid of going roller skating, like I was just legit terrified. So I picked a fight. We ended up going to dinner, and then he was like, all right, let's go to the rollercade. So we pull up to the rollercade, which I shit you not, is like a mile and a half from my house. It's so close. And the parking lot is full of people, like cars. and I see lots of people in the parking lot. I see lots of people going into the rollercade, and like my heart started to race. I physically started shaking. Like, oh my God, like, okay, maybe Corey, maybe we should come back on a day where it's not so busy, because I've never skated before, or I haven't skated in a really long time. It's been about 20 years, and I don't want to be running into people and, stuff like that. And he's like, but we're already here. Like, why not? Let's just go. Like, what difference does it make? And I kept trying to justify not going. I kept trying to justify not going. But this shit was my idea. Like, I'm the one who really wanted to go. And so he finally just was done, trying to convince me to go in. So he pulls off. And like, when he pulled out of the parking lot, I felt this huge, like, sense of regret. Like, what did I just do? Like, why am I doing this to myself? Like, I really wanted to go skating. I know it's been a while, and now I feel bad because I didn't go. So he pulls up to the front of the house, and before he parks, I was like, you know what, Corey, fuck it. Let's go. Let's go. So we go in, and I had never been to the skating rink before. It's not the one I grew up going to. And like, there are a ton of people inside. Like, there were so many people there. And of all ages, shapes, and sizes. I mean, I saw, children as little as, 4 or 5 years old on skates, and but there were women there in their like 70s just skating on. There were really tall dudes. I mean, there was one dude who was like 7 feet tall. There were chubby girls skating. Like, it was a melting pot of people. I was like, all right, okay, this is my crowd. These are my people, So we get the skates. I put them on, and everything I remember about roller skating just completely disappeared. Like, I knew nothing. Okay, it's definitely not like riding a bike, which, I mean, in all fairness, riding a bike isn't like riding a bike. It's not as easy to get on a bike after you've been off for, a decade. But that's just sidebar. So anyway, I get out there, and I am so filled with fear and panic, and I'm trying to skate, and I fall. I get up, I go a little further, and I fall again. And I'm trying to stay on the wall, and I get to one entrance of the rink, and I get out, and I had a major panic attack. Like, I'm standing there outside the skating rink, like, hyperventilating and trying to calm myself down, but I did. I calmed myself down. I used my exercises that I teach. I've inhaled in and out and counted back from 100, and I was okay. And then I got back on the the rink, the skating rink, and I fell again. and then I get out, and then I recover, and go back. And my husband, on the other hand, goes out there and just goes balls to the wall. This man also has never skated in about 20 years. And I mean, he was like falling, didn't give a straight damn, just gets up. And I just remember watching him thinking, like, the resilience and the tenacity he has. And I found myself envying that a lot. And then I kept going, and I keep seeing all these people just doing tricks and skating fast, and I was just so in awe of all of them, and then I'm falling. And I sat on the bench after I was done falling. Like, I was completely done falling. My whole body hurt. And this guy that I had seen skate a lot was like, look, man, I know it's been a while since you've been out here, but we all started where you are. Okay? Nobody skates like that from day one. Nobody skates like her from day one. Nobody skates like him from day one. And after he said that, the really tall 7-foot dude who had jumped over Corey at one point in the evening, he fell, and he goes, look, that dude fell, and he's been skating for a long time, it looks like. So why are you still so scared? And at that point, the fear had just kind of disappeared. And I want to be one of those really good skaters. I really want to be one of them. And I know the only way I can get there is by just keep going, to keep going, keep trying, keep pushing myself a little harder next time. So I didn't take any video of my skating adventure, mainly because I was on my ass entirely too much to to take any video. Between me and Corey, we spent a lot of time on that floor. But I want you to really just think about this. Next time there is something you really want to do, and then all of a sudden chicken out. Ask yourself if in 10 years you'll regret not doing what it is that you just got too scared to do. And if the answer is yes, that you would regret it, then do it. Do it. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks, says, does, because let me tell you, successful people will never be the ones to judge you. So, but that's my story for today. I will be back in a few days with a movie review for you. And, just keep coming back if you like what you see here. Subscribe